Hey guys, what's going on? How you doing in the pandemic area? The pandemic. Man, the apocalypse is the bomb. Can it be the apocalypse every day? Because traffic is great, or there's no traffic. There's no, like, it's easy to drive and there are not a lot of cars on the road. It's amazing. It should be the apocalypse every day. Every day. Lies Corona. Lies Corona. Quit with your lies, Corona. Okay, so again, I went to another hospital, got my clearance. I'm free of the Rona. The Rona ain't gonna get me today because I'm clear. All right, the Wu flu ain't hitting today. No Kung flu hits for me today because I got my clearance. All right. Another hospital, all sitting around pissed off, talking about how this is being blown way out of proportion, right? Police officers were there, the people that were doing the screening, hospital personnel, patients, visitors of patients. I actually have to deliver posters today talking about how they're going to only allow one adult person per patient. I'm like, because that's gonna stop the coronavirus, because that's gonna, like, but it's okay. I guess you gotta look like you're doing something to make people feel like something's being done, even though most people think that it's being blown way out of proportion, and they're putting two and two together, and they're just seeing like how ridiculous this is getting. I just, like, all right. So I was talking to this guy. He had somebody in the hospital and he was waiting. Because like I said, I've been trying to gauge outside of my circle of people that I consider pretty woke and understand how the media lies. I'm trying to talk to people and gauge like how they feel about it. And when you talk to people, they're more concerned about the panic and the scarcity, but they always come back to blaming the media and how they're blowing it way out of proportion. And a lot of people have lost a huge significant amounts of money in their business. A lot of people had trips planned that are canceled. My friend was or I know people have lost or have gotten laid off, and not got fired, but they've been laid off without pay, some with pay, some without pay. They have families to feed, they have dogs to feed, they have pets to feed, families to feed, they have to survive themselves. People are freaking out, but most of all, they're pissed. And this one guy, he's adorable. He was this older guy, and I was like, well, I'm not super scared because I had some food set aside and stuff because I saw some crazy stuff like this coming. And he was like, yeah, man, I have a well, I live near a stream where there's fish, there's deer. I was like, dude, can I come over? I was like, you're gonna survive the apocalypse for real, because you got everything. He knows how to hunt, he knows how to fish, he has a garden, he's got the works. I'm like, dude, I'm coming to your house today, and he was talking about, like, of course, also it's an election year, and a lot of people are starting to see the pattern of it being an election year, and how Bill Maher said that we need to crash the economy to get rid of Trump, and I forgot about that, and people have been bringing that up, and I was just like, even if you don't like Trump, you want to crash the economy and put other people's jobs in danger. Only the rich people would say that aren't going to get affected. The uber rich people won't give a fuck and say that, because they're not going to get affected. They'll be able to survive because they're uber rich. What about the working class people? Like, this is why, but the same people would claim to care about your abortion rights or your rights as a human being, but yet they want to crash the economy so the person that they don't like that's in charge will lose. Yeah, man, you guys are demons from hell, okay? That's fucked up. Even if it was somebody that I didn't like, when I was real liberal and I hated Bush, I would never wish and I didn't want him to win, I would never wish for the economy to crash and mess with other people's lives. That's just messed up, okay? Like, come on, you guys, like, for real? So, lies, Corona. I can't get the song out of my head. Lies, 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 lies. Bum, 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 bum. Anyway, I can't get get over the audacity and the selfishness and the tunnel vision of these people that claim they care about this country, but, you know, their actions show that they don't care about the people of this country or the country. Like, maybe they have foreign interests involved. I'm just saying. Foreign interests. They have outside interests. I'm just saying. You know? And people, like, ask me, you know, they're saying, oh, Verstine, you know, why do you think everything's a conspiracy? You think people lie? They just, yes. If the media is owned by 6 companies, you don't think that it's easy to tell people what to say from the top down? You know how many whistleblowers have come out as journalists and have said that they've been told what to report and what not to report? You know, I'm going to interview one of them soon. His name is John Rappaport. But, you know, you look up Amber Lyon. Oh, what's that guy's name? His name is Udo Keffler or Udo something. He's German. He was talking about, you know, how he worked for the BBC, and how, you know, he was told, like, you know, real reporters do investigative journalism, and they find out facts, and they get a lot of their facts from the public, right? The public informs them on something, you know, depending on the industry they work in or something that they see or hear, and then they report it to journalists because they know that they're going to get the information out. So if you're a good journalist, you would actually do investigative research and figure out what they're saying is true and try and get different angles on it. And technically, you're just supposed to report the facts, where nowadays it's op-ed pieces, it's opinion pieces, where people, you know, add their feelings and stuff. And of course, you're going to have a bias because you're human. You can't really help that. But you're supposed to be as unbiased as you can and just report the facts, and then other people make up their mind. But no, it's controlled. And like I've said before, when I was living overseas, I would see the news and what some of the U.S. news would say about other countries while I'm going to those other countries and seeing that they're lying. And what the foreign news does, the foreign media does, they just basically translate they translate all the news from like BBC or CNN or any of the other mainstream media outlet sources. They don't come to America and they don't do investigative journalism. Okay, so for instance, I watched this Taiwanese show in Chinese. I don't understand all of it. I'm getting some of it. Okay, I'm not that good yet, but it's called Guangjian Shike, which is it's like crucial moments. And it's great. It's great because they talk about all topics. And it's funny, when I first was hip to the show, the two dudes, they'll have there's a host, and then they'll have a panel and then they'll talk about their opinions on certain like world news. And the dudes that like the people, they're so impassioned. I thought when I first saw it, I was like, oh my God, these guys are going to kill each other. They're going to fight. But they're just really passionate. They're like, 不是, 为什么, 今天, like it's crazy. Like, you're just like, oh, but anyway, long story short, they'll talk about Trump and Trump supporters and stuff. But it's basically just what the mainstream news is saying in Chinese. And they're not, what they need to do is send somebody from Taiwan and come to a Trump rally and talk to some of these people. But they don't. They just basically translate and report what CNN does. So now everyone in Taiwan that watches the show, they think that's the truth because it's the news. And, you know, as much as I love Taiwan and Taiwanese people, you know, generally speaking, they don't question things. They just believe, you know, whatever they see on TV or the government says. They don't, you know, I have friends that do that, but they're very rare. But generally, they have the mindset that the media and the government have their best interest in mind, which, you know, with the way things are going, they're going to have a rude awakening pretty soon. But I mean, but that goes for different countries, right? And in all other countries too. I watch Spanish news sometimes, and you know, it just seems like all the other mainstream foreign news media outlets are the same way. They just regurgitate and purport. So it's really easy to have the same opinion and spread it around the world and not give people another point of view and act like you're the only authority and the only person that's capable of giving a point of view. And then it leads people to believe that things are factual from that source and everything is absolute, which is not true. Like, for sure not true. Okay. You know, another weird thing too, my friend's school was like, we're gonna shut down the school, but we're gonna shut down the school in 2 weeks because the teachers need time to put their curriculum online. And I'm like, Okay, so if this is a immediate emergency, why don't they just shut down the schools right away? Why are they giving 2 weeks? Corona can come in 2 weeks. The Rona gonna get you. The Rona's gonna come. The Rona's come to school. The Rona's looking out, and the Rona's like, you know, oh great, like, you know, school's, you know, still open. I'm gonna jump in the school. I'm going to the school so I can infect all these people with my imaginary virus, right? As my imaginary virus. So me, I'm just like, that doesn't make sense, because if it's a threat and people are spreading it to each other and the schools are still open, they're going to be open for 2 weeks. This is a 2-week window where it can spread. Duh. But check this shit out, even crazier. So they're going to have, the kids are still going to go to school for PE because they can't take their PE classes online. Really? So they can get the Corona class in like math and science and English class, but they can't get it during PE class. Like, this is how ridiculous this is getting. Like, I don't even know, like, am I in the Twilight Zone? Like, like, I don't get, like, I don't understand the comment, like the thought, right? You know, my thing is that the tests aren't even definitive. So I just believe that my theory is I think they're just counting flu cases as coronavirus cases, because we're just having to believe what they say. More people die from the flu. This is flu season. This is flu and allergy season. It's affecting the elderly and people that are already immune compromised, just like the flu. The flu is a type of coronavirus, according to their records, because there are different types, like SARS is a coronavirus. There are different types of coronaviruses. You know, so when you hear people dying, I'm not saying that people aren't dying, and I'm not saying that people aren't getting sick, but we don't know if why they're getting sick, if they have the coronavirus or not. I think it's another way to just blow stuff out of proportion, and then you throw people up like celebrities. See, your favorite celebrity has coronavirus too. Like, anybody can get the coronavirus because Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson have the coronavirus. Bullshit. Coronavirus. I heard that shit. I was just like, I'm like, this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I used to be able to sit this girl, I loved her, and she'd just be like, she's like 9, and she'd be like, that's ridiculous. This is how I feel. Like, I can hear her saying, this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, girl. If you hear me, if you see this video, girl, it's ridiculous, okay? But it's like, oh, enough people aren't scared. Quick, Tom Hanks, send out a tweet to let people know that everybody can get it. I'm like, I just can't anymore. I can't, you know, I'm not mocking the people who have died, because I'm just saying, like I said, I'm not saying they're not dying. I just don't think that they're dying of this fake ass coronavirus that they have no definitive test for. I can't. And I'm not mocking the people that have lost money. I think that's the real thing that's infuriating me and other people, is that people are losing businesses. People are getting separated from their loved ones for this. They're losing money from their job. You know, and I just, you know, I think that, like, I was talking to this guy, and he was like, he was like, you know, they're doing this because it's an election year, right? He's an older guy, so probably almost to be a grandfather. He's an older guy, and I was like, yeah, I know. And I was just like, but you know what? It's funny. I think there are people that think that they're going to hate Trump, or they're, you know, doing it, and they think that people are gonna like turn against Trump. But people know it's the media and other forces outside of him. People know. It is a hoax. He was right to call it a hoax. He was right to call them out for overblowing it, because they are. Whether you hate Trump or not, like, it's not cool. Like, it's not cool to fuck with people's lives like this. It's not, you know? So there's just a lot of people that are just sitting, they're just rolling their eyes, steam's coming out their ears, they're waiting for that shit to blow over. They are livid. They're beyond livid. You know, they're filled with extreme, like, you know, paralyzing ire, and they're very, very, like, livid. They're fucking pissed. In other words, all right, but what can I say? You guys know what to do, and I just want to say, don't be drinking. You know who you are. You know who you are. Put down the bottle. Don't get all depressed and stuff and be like, oh, we're gonna die. I might as well just drink these 10 bottles of wine that I have anyway. Stop it. Put it away. Save it for a celebration. You know, you're gonna mess up your liver, and that's gonna mess up your immune system, and that's gonna make you get sick. And then the stress and the worry and the anger that you have inside, you know, is going to make you more vulnerable to sickness. And you might get the Rona. You might get the Rona. All right. You don't want to get the Rona. So, and then you're going to have to use more water. And, you know, that's going to deplete your resources. You want to save water. We can go for months without food, or I should say weeks, maybe not, maybe months. I don't know. All I know is you can go longer without food than you can without water. So water is very precious. You know, make sure you have a filter if you don't have water stocked up. But, you know, you're going to get sick from drinking and yourself into oblivion because you're sad or depressed or nervous. Don't do it, y'all. Don't do it to yourself. You guys, love yourselves. Do better, okay? Don't be smoking up all your weed. Okay, you smoke a little bit, but not all of it, because you know in the times of the pandemic that the Rona, you know, the Rona times, it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be harder to find weed unless you're gonna be like, fuck this shit, I'm gonna grow it in my backyard. It's apocalypse anyway, so fuck it, I'm gonna just grow it. But other than that, you know, you don't know when you're gonna get weed, so don't be smoking it all up and being like, you know, all, you know, saying I need to calm down. You better like meditate. Meditation is free. Breathing is free. You better do some deep breathing. I'm just saying, you know, take some activated charcoal, soak up that alcohol, right? Take some B12 so you don't feel so hungover. Drink a lot of water, all right? But I'm not a doctor, so I'm not supposed to tell you that. But that shit, that's what I would do, okay? I'm just saying. La 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 la, Sharona. La la la, lies. La la la, lies, Corona. Corona. All right, guys, that's it. I'll talk to you later. Peace and love. Bye-bye.